Okay, so here we are. We're going to be talking. Hang on, let me make sure. Yeah, it's recording. You can either talk to me or the camera. It's entirely up to you. We're going to talk a little bit here about HCI, human-computer interaction or interface, and how it's impacted on society. So, first of all, when we talk about HCI, what is it we're talking about? What's this interface thing, this HCI thing we're talking
It's
about?
how technology's evolved to be more easy, how people use it.
Right. Okay. So it's the things that people, how they communicate
Yeah.
with these things, that
Yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah. So what sort of thoughts have you got about how it has impacted on the
Like
world we live in?
mobile phones, how they've been introduced and how texting has become a big part of what mobile phones are,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
and how they've evolved from keypads to touchpads and all the other ways.
So what were the first phones like? What were they? What the first mobile phones? What were they?
Quite bricky.
Like a great big brick that you had to carry around. Yeah, I can remember having one, carrying it around in a backpack almost. Yeah, with a standard dial thing on and
Yeah.
no screen.
No screen.
So you couldn't be able to text with.
No.
would
That
you?
started being used around 1995. That's when
Okay.
it started becoming widely more used.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So-
evolved from there.
Tell me a little bit more about texting then. Why do people text?
'Cause it tends to be quicker than calling somebody, and it's shorter. It's a bit cheaper as well.
Right. Right. And so if people start texting around about 95, you said. So then after that, how have the people who make the phones changed the phones to make it easier for people to text?
They've made it easier, we're not only making them mobile phones more attractive in themselves,
Yeah.
so make you want them more, but so they're easier to use. Because keypads, it used to be you had to cycle through letters
Okay.
to find which one you
Yeah.
want, obviously. But now it's becoming more either predictive text, where you just type the letters that are on the keys and it'll predict what you're going to text. And then-
How does that work then? Do you know?
not really.
But what is it? So is it? Tell me. I mean, is it good? Does it work?
It's good because I use it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is it quicker than?
I think it's quicker. Once you get used to it, it's definitely a lot quicker than
Yeah.
pretty much anything.
And it's quite smart then.
Yeah.
This thing, it can actually predict.
Yeah, my phone logs, it keeps, because at first it doesn't know how you spell things and how
Right.
what words you use.
Yeah.
Once you've got your own dictionary into the phone,
Yeah.
it becomes really quick and easy
Right.
to use.
So that's good. Okay. So we've gone from keypads to predictive text. What else has changed?
Some phones have removed keypads completely.
So
Like
what do
the
they do?
iPhone is just one big screen, one
Okay.
big touch screen.
So what
and
do you touch?
giving you the keypad when you need it.
Is it a keypad or is it
It's sort of like a keypad. It just pops up on screen.
on the screen? But is it like a phone keypad?
No, it's more like a computer keypad.
So it's a full alphabet.
Full, yeah.
So it makes that, for some people, that would be easier, I guess, wouldn't it? Because they're
Yeah.
used to computer
It's quite
screens.
small though.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you get phones with full keyboards like that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, so get slide out. Okay, so all these people texting around, getting easier and easier to do it, more and more people doing it. How's that changing the world we live in, do you think? What's the impact been?
Well, I must be culture, but I don't think I should. But
Go on then.
it's when I remember being in the infant school, and
Yeah.
when I didn't have phones.
Yeah.
When talking to your mates and you wanted to do something after school, you'd have to tell them and make sure they knew what was happening
Yeah.
afterwards.
Right.
But nowadays, you either just quickly ring them up or text them
And
and get everything organised quicker.
so that's a good example of sort of socially, but do you think people are using that sort of thing in business and industry and that sort of thing as well?
Definitely.
To arrange meetings and,
Yeah.
yeah. How secure is it, do you know, texting?
I don't know much about security.
You don't know much.
No.
Might be worth looking into that. Yeah, we could maybe, because one of the things that's worth looking at is evaluating the whole thing to see whether it's how good it is, and security is one of the things that you might want to look at for that. But if you're thinking of it in terms of a good thing, bad thing, you've obviously mentioned a few good things about it. Can you think of anything that's not so good about this sort of technology, texting and that sort of thing? Any drawbacks?
Well, it's kind of like if you need something urgent and it's in your pocket,
Yeah,
because most people have them on silent, your phone's
Right.
on silent, so it just vibrates
yeah,
or doesn't make a noise at all.
Yeah.
You can often forget, not even notice until you take your phone out next, and that could be up to half an hour or a lot longer afterwards.
right, and you've missed
And you've missed
Missed the
the
text.
urgency of
and somebody might be really.
really needing it.
So it's like we become too reliant on it.
Yeah.
There's no fallback position,
No.
and if you miss it, it becomes that much more important. Yeah. What about this business that, you know, people sometimes talk about? You go into a pub these days and you see a group of friends sitting around, and half of them are texting people who aren't even in the pub, rather than talking to each other. Do you?
That depends if they're bored or not, really. Cause
Do you think it's a bit rude?
yeah.
But people
Yeah,
do it.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. If you're with a group of people and the majority are texting, it's like there's no real point being there.
Yeah.
It's just it does kind of.
Yeah. I know we are talking a bit more about culture and stuff
Yeah.
now, but we can come back and talk more about that on another video. What about if you were to look to the future then? You mentioned how it's gone from the keypad to predictive text. We've got touch screen there with full keyboards on. Where do you see it going in the future, this sort of technology? Well, just mobile phone technology in general.
It could be a lot more as everything could, but
Mm.
if I was to let my imagination run around, it would be quite
Go on then.
different. I like smaller. It would probably get a lot smaller or a lot simpler,
Mm.
and it'd be a lot more. Instead of having to press things, you'd probably talk to the phone, tell it what to do.
Mm.
That's my idea of it.
And you wouldn't even necessarily have the phone in your hand or anything.
No,
It would be
No.
maybe wearing it or something.
wearing it probably.
Yeah. Have you ever read any books by Neil Stevenson? Do you read much?
No, not really.
Neil Stephenson's a science fiction writer. He's a sort of cyberpunk science fiction writer. But in one of his books, he talks about people where the clothes they wear are the computers, and they kind of project things in front of them as they're walking around. And sort of thing. Is that the sort of thing that you're thinking of? Or you're not?
It's more like that Microsoft advert that you showed us, where somebody took the mick out of it.
Oh yeah. I know the one you mean. That was the yeah.
That just like a slight, like a bit of glass where you just
Yeah.
moved it around.
It's quite stylish.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, that's great. Well done.